Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's been a while since my last upload, but I am back. And guys, I ran the Los Angeles Marathon, 26.2 miles. It was not record-breaking time, but I did it and I am proud of that time. So if you guys want to just like listen to me talk about it and watch some clips, then continue watching. Turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video. And before that, subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's get started. All right, you guys, so I knew that I wanted to run the marathon like maybe mid-year last year, so 2021. I decided that I was going to run the one in November, but I pushed it back to March because I decided that it was not enough training time. But even with pushing it back till March, I didn't train as much as I wanted to because I got lazy and then I just slacked off like with my eating as well. So, you know, like I love like lifting, but like eating clean and just like staying consistent with something is like extremely hard. So I'm really happy that even though I didn't like train as much as I wanted to, that I still committed to doing the marathon. And that had to do with the fact that I paid $200 to run. So I wasn't just gonna throw $200 away. So I stuck with it, and you know, I ended up running. Alright, so generally I am like a really nervous person. Like if I know that I have to present or do something like that, like I'll start stuttering. I can't even like talk. But this time, like I don't know if it makes sense that I was like mentally prepared to do it, but not physically prepared because I didn't put in the time. But anyways, the night of, I carved up. You know, we went to BJ's. I had a chicken Alfredo and a pizookie. Like I just had a couple bites of it just so I could get my carbs up because I knew I needed that to burn through. So the morning of, I thought I'd be anxious, but once my parents dropped me off at Dodger Stadium like at 5 in the morning, I was actually like, I was just there. Like I was not scared. I wasn't nervous. I was like, I don't know if I was like I don't know. Like I wasn't nervous. And so I can't describe like the feeling I was feeling because I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna run it because I mean I had already paid for it. So anyways, we're getting closer. I'm like, okay, let me go like pee before I'm about to run because you know, like what if I like run a mile and I'm like, oh, I have to go to the restroom already. So I went to the restroom, and as soon as I got out, I saw like people were already like going into their core placement. So I'm like, oh my god, like let me, like I have to like hustle because then I'm gonna miss it. And as soon as I went back, they let me in, and I was already like, everyone was pushing forward, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm running the marathon. So they're singing the Star Spangled Banner. I'm here with my right hand over my heart, and I feel my heart beating like that. You know, like it's getting faster and faster and faster. So I started like setting my watch, and I set my phone like on the Nike Run Club app. That way I could like start my timer. And then like they're just like doing, okay, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. And it's like 30, 20, everyone's like pushing forward. I take off my jacket and throw it over the fence because everyone's doing the same. I just took a jacket that was a little snug, just so I could donate it, because I heard that that's what they do. So that's what I did. And then it was like go time. Like everybody, like at first it's just like walking because there's so many people that you don't want to like trip. So everyone was walking, and then at, you know, like after the 30 seconds pass, everyone's going the same direction. So it would make sense that now we'll have space to move. And we just started running from Dodger Stadium. And okay, so the first mile up to the 10th mile, I was just like, yeah, this is easy. This is fun, you know. Didn't have to go to the restroom. I think around mile 6, I had like my first goop packet, which is like, it has like aminos and electrolytes or something like that, and caffeine. You know, it's good to just like replenish your nutrients. But yeah, 1 through 10, I was doing good. And at different like spots, my parents were like cheering me on. My brother was there as well, so that gave me like an extra boost of energy. Okay, so mile 1 through 10, I was like doing really well. And then just for FYI, 10 miles was probably like the most miles I've ever ran. I've never gone over 10 miles. Just keep that with you guys. Okay, so then mile 11, you know, I knew that I kind of started slowing down, because that's when you already feel like the exhaustion in your legs, like it's in your head as well, like, oh, why are you doing this? But I still continue to go. Mile 12, same thing. And then mile 13, you guys, mile 13 just destroyed me, like, completely. All right, so going back and thinking about what happened in mile 13, it's because I've just never put myself in, like, my quads in so much stress. So the first thing I felt when I was running was just like a cramp going down through like my foot. I felt it once and I'm like, what the heck was that? That's weird. But I kept running. All right, so that like first like initial you know, like cramp, it just like went through my entire like leg. So I'm like, okay, like it went away. So I continued running, and then I felt it again, like the same thing. It's just like it started from like the middle all the way down, and like it went through the foot and then just stopped. So I'm like, damn, this is really weird. And I continued running because I thought it was fine, because it just like once it like went through the foot, it was like nothing happened. And that's like that type of cramp where, like, I don't know if you guys like ever like have like gone swimming and you know get a random like cramp on your foot, but it goes away. So after like that, I started feeling that my quads are starting to like, you know, cramp up also. So I'm like, okay, I need to like give myself a little break. And I like went to the side and I started stretching just like my calves, and then my hamstrings, and then a little bit of my quads. And after I stretched it out, both of them, like I tried to get up, but like both of them just completely like it was, they both locked. So I like got up and I had to come back down and sit down on like the pavement or like the sidewalk, because I couldn't move them. Like they were like stuck, frozen. So I'm like, okay, I can't panic. And I didn't panic. I'm just like, you know what? My dad was joking about like getting a stretcher. And he's like, just tell me what mile you want the stretcher in. And I'm right here sitting down in the, you know, in the sidewalk, just like, damn, like they're really gonna need to bring me a stretcher because I just can't move my legs. Like they were completely locked. And it was like, I don't know if I got like a tear or something, but I couldn't move it. I don't know, but like I feel like the running gods were like, here are these people to help you finish this race, because there was these people who were like just right there, and they were just they had these like little massaging tools that was helping with like massaging people's calves and thighs and knees and like pretty much everything. So I like walked to them and I'm just like, please like get my quads, because I needed them to like, you know, like be revived. And they helped me with that. And after that, I was able to walk a little more, like, you know, move my legs more, like bring up my knees higher up. And I continued walking until like mile, like, what was it, 14 and a half. There was this guy who just had like this infectious energy. He was just like, you guys, this is downhill and nobody walks downhill. But he was like yelling from like the bottom of his lungs, and I like really appreciate that, because that gave me the motivation to like continue, because he was right, like it was downhill. So there is no way that everyone was like walking downhill. So I was able to gain momentum from that point on till mile 17 in Rodeo Drive. I had to like stop. Not because I wanted to see what was there, but because my legs started cramping up again and I just didn't want the same thing happening. But then in mile 18, I continued running, walking, mostly like running, but like at a really slow pace. And I see my family, like a whole bunch of them. It was my godson and my little cousins, and they were just cheering me on. So that gave me even more like motivation to continue. But that turnaround in like Century City is just not like a great like route, because you see like you're still in mile like 18 and there's people who already are close to like finishing or close to like finishing. So it kind of like, like why couldn't I be over there? And so after 18, I continue like running, jogging. And here, like, I guess this is where the wall is, because you just have it in your head, like, how many more miles do I need? How many more miles? Like, it's just like constant, like, you still need this much, you still need this much. And you're just like walking and running, and you're kind of like, I can't do it, but I have to because I'm so close now. But anyways, you guys, I was able to finish. I finished in 6 hours and 25 minutes, and look at how beautiful this medal is. It's really heavy also, so I would say that it is worth it. If any one of you guys is interested in running, I suggest that you guys sign up for any marathon, because it's a pretty wonderful experience, even though it's really painful and you do pay to go through all of that. It is something that I believe everyone should at least try one time. And I am planning on running the marathon next year, but I want to, like, you know, demolish my time. But you guys, I'm gonna insert some clips of just like my day. And thank you guys again so much for tuning in and watching. And if you're once again not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'll try to post more often, but thank you guys so much for all the support. Bye. So today is the marathon day. I don't feel like nervous yet, but I feel like as it gets closer, like the anxiety, or not anxiety, but like, you know, well, anxiety is gonna build up.
Go, Julie! Where's everyone going?
Kind of walk for a bit because I'm starting to cramp again, and I did really bad at mile 13 to the point where I had to like sit down because my quads were totally wrong. This part for me is just pure pain. Like, I'm trying to run, but like my legs just don't want to. So I guess this is the part where it's like mind over matter.